What up, y'all? This is Dragon War, the Tides of Fate version. I was always planning on playing some huge dragon deck, but it turns out that it's not just something I want to do, it's actually the strongest thing in the meta. I've been playing in Mythic, grinding with this deck for pretty much the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 days, 5 days, and it's just war after war after war. Everyone's playing war. I even got into the top 20. I'm currently 14th place on the ranked leaderboard. I did get as high as third place, and I was trying to get first so I could go first place for the video. I kind of fell back down, so, top 20, peaked at third place, pretty good. Let me break down why this deck is so strong, and then I'll show you a sample match so you can get a taste for the deck in action. First off, let's note what hasn't changed. So Control War has been an archetype in Gods Unchained for a long time. In fact, up until, I don't know, about 8 or 9 months ago, Control War was considered pretty much the strongest deck in the game, or at least one of them. It wasn't until a couple of big nerfs, notably Magic Missile Launcher and the AoE spell, which my brain is failing to give me the name. Oh god, what was the spell called? Man, this is embarrassing. The 5 mana AoE spell they nerfed. I can't think of the name right now. The point is, they nerfed a few cards. Control War fell off, and it's back. And we got a couple of the cards, quite a few of the cards we used to run, right? So we're still running Savage Strike. We're still running End to War. This card is so insane, by the way. For $5, if you're a budget player, this is like the first thing you should try to add because it's so cheap for how good it is. We're still running the White Fur Guards, another great budget card. Soul Survivor is still in there. And of course, if you are lucky enough or stupid enough to own a bunch of expensive cards in Gods Unchained, we are running a lot of the usual neutral package. Not too crazy by God standards, but we got Ico, we got One Blade, I got my Therial, I got it, I'm going to use it, I got Hortuck, got the double Demogorgons. Okay, but what is new in this deck? What is new? So there's actually a lot of new stuff. First and foremost, Claw and Fang. Everyone's talking about this spell. It's a spell with a low mana cost and a mana surge effect, and that tends to be really strong in this set. So for 1 mana, you can leech, deal 2 damage to anything. But if you mana surge 5, you get to do it twice. So deal 2 damage to 2 different targets or 4 damage to 1 target. It's incredibly strong. This gives us a lot of finishing potential. If we get them close to dead, this can be 4 more damage to face. And this is an example of a card that couldn't have really existed before Slayer, the 2 damage to the opponent's god GP, was removed from the game, because that was removed from the game recently. We got Scale Dance, the other card that, again, has a low mana cost with a medium mana surge, a really powerful combination, because when it is mana surged, it's so cheap. It summons a 3/1 Blitz creature that dies automatically at the end of the turn, but if you mana surge 6, it summons 3 of them, and 3/3/1 Blitzers all at once for 2 mana, even if they die at the end of the turn, is still insane. That's such strong removal. So Claw and Fang and Scale Dance giving the deck a ton of removal. Jumping up to the high end, here is our big dick dragon, Albarox. 8 mana, 12/12, overkill, roar, deal 4 damage. If you're holding another dragon in your hand, your god power becomes Breathe Fire. Breathe Fire is 2 mana for 4 damage anywhere you want it. It's basically like Mage Bolt, except 4 times stronger. Once you get Breathe Fire, if you're able to survive for a while, you pretty much win, because you can just do 4 damage to face over and over and over, as well as removing creatures. I actually saw a lot of people not running Albarax. They told me, oh, I can just use my Dragon Shards, my Draconite Shards, I can just get it that way. If you're not running Albarax in the deck, you don't know what fun is, okay? I'm running this shit all day. That's actually why it says it's an original deck. It's the only change I took. I took someone else's deck. I'm sorry, I forget who. A lot of people are running the same list. I took out 1 Soul Survivor. I added Albarax. But yeah, we're definitely running that for our finisher. And then this is probably the other big one, apart from the shard generators we'll look at in a second. But Reckless Dive. 5 mana, discard a dragon from your hand, deal its strength as damage to all creatures. This is just so insanely strong, especially because you can use a Draconite Shard, which is a 1 mana card to delve any dragon out of 3 options they randomly give you. You can pick the one with the highest strength, and then you can Reckless Dive, discard it. This also has interesting synergy because you can discard a dragon and then bring it back with the 2-mana card that lets you summon a dragon from the void. So there's even other combos I haven't really tried yet. This card is insane AoE. Amazing against hidden rush, any kind of hidden. This just adds to the power that Soul Survivor gives us for that AoE damage. But the thing about Reckless Dive is that it costs 1 less than Soul Survivor, and you don't need a creature already on the board. So it's really insane. And there's some other stuff in here, but the last one I really want to focus on are the 2 shard generators. So we have Scorchblade, a 1-cost, 1/3 that adds 1 Draconite shard to your hand. Like I said, it's 1 mana, delve a dragon, add it to your hand. There's also Mana Surge 8, summon it instead. That's cool, but if you're Mana Surging your shards, you usually are already winning, so it's mostly delving it and adding it to your hand. The Mana Surge actually isn't that relevant. Sometimes you don't even want it. It's certainly good at times. And the other big one is Draka Scout. This card is busted. Wouldn't be surprised if they nerfed it a little bit. It's just, if you get more than 1 shard from this thing, it's unbelievably strong. It's a 3-mana 3/3 at the end of each turn, gives you a Draconite shard in your hand. It's just such a snowball effect. If you get even 2 shards from your Draka Scout, you are usually so far ahead of your opponent, it's not even funny. It's just insane power levels. It's like the old Genesis card that I like to play in Sealed sometimes, Voyager of the Farlands or something along those lines, where it turns your whole hand into 1-cost delve cards. But this doesn't have a downside. The stats are good. It just adds the cards to your hand. You don't lose anything. Draka Scout is insane. And basically the combination of Scorchblade and Draka Scout, and there is a 5-mana card as well. It's 4/6. Is it Draka Gatherer, maybe? It says whenever a creature dies for the first time each turn, you get a shard in your hand. You can delve that one and play that as well. So there's just so many ways to get shards. You're basically doing all the usual war stuff, you know, controlling the board early, sometimes getting on the board, starting to hit them in the face. You're using removal spells like I showed you, the Claw and Fang, the Scale Dance, also the Gem Fuse Strike, another really strong one. And it's just so hard for your opponent to get creatures on the board, to keep them there, and then to do enough damage to your face, especially when you're healing from Claw and Fang, and you also have potentially got these Demogorgons for the big heals there, the Hortuck. This is, of course, the pay-to-win whale version of the deck, and we definitely will go over some more budget decks in future videos for Tides of Fate, but, I mean, I got to 3rd place on the ladder with this. I was so close to 1st, and it's really strong, and I kind of wanted to show it off before we get into some of the more budget builds in future videos. So, holy shit, that was a longer breakdown than I thought. Let's get into the sample match. Here is an example of the deck in action. Let's go. All right, it's a war versus war mirror match, just like I suggested. We are going 2nd. Let's see if we can take this one down. Not a bad opening hand. I mean, White Fur Guard isn't bad. We are going to send it back, though. We're looking for Draka Scout or maybe Scorchblade, get at least 1 shard in the opening. Into War is amazing, but we will send it back. I think Savage Strike is better than Claw and Fang for early game. And then we're going to send back this Blade. Give me a Draka Scout or a 1-drop. No, we get a 6-drop. We get Soul Survivor. Okay. Well, we got a defensive hand to start with. They play Spoils of War. I've never seen anyone run that card before in my entire life. Pull a random creature from your deck into your hand, and if you're frenzied, give it +1/+1. That is a bit odd. I'm going to pass it back. Just going to pass it back there. I don't know, man. We'll see. They got the Draka Scout right away. I can either use the Strike or the Imp. Or Scale Dance, actually. A lot of options. I think I'll just use the Imp here. Save the Mana Surge and save the potential AoE. Just get a nice simple 1-for-1 there. Not bad. Blade of Stick. So pretty standard opening. They're playing dragons as well. Seems pretty clear. I have nothing I can do here. Super, super awkward start. Literally nothing I can do. Okay. That's how it's gonna be, huh? That's alright, though. We have lots of good comeback cards here. Drew my Albarox way too early. Have that to look forward to later in the match. And they got Scorch Blades. They got lots of shards early. They have a much better opening draw than me. It's okay, though. We'll just use some skill. Apply some skill here to stop them from what they're doing. We're down to 21, and that's fine. I guess I'll use Savage Strike. I don't know. They only have 2 creatures. I could just wait. There's another option. Could Scorch Blade and then just play the shard. Like, this is so not that threatening. They only have 4 mana, no Soul Survivor yet. What if I hold off? Call me crazy. Let's see what I get from the shard. Okay, this is nice just because it's a 5-drop, whereas that Ashen Drake's going to take too long. Shellfire Hatchling would have been cool as well. I could have just played it. Now I kind of want to use it. I'm taking an unnecessary 1 damage to my guy, but it's like, I don't know. I feel a little weird leaving it here. That might have been the wrong thing. Maybe I really just shouldn't have used Savage Strike. But I still have 2 pips left. Just feels so awkward not clearing out the board a little bit. I don't know, though. I got to be pretty patient. 5 or 6 cards in hand is about right. Leave some room in case I manage to draw Therial. And I don't know, we'll see. They just got a really good start, but I cleared out their Draka Scout early, so that helps. They didn't get a ton of shards. Did not get a ton of shards. This is fine. Not the best Wolf Cult. Not that big of a deal. I could just play this guy. 4/6 Twin Strike. I could also pip out the Unsurged Fang, so we kill this and have a nice 4/6 Twin Strike. Otherwise, I invite them to attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, just a question of if I want to pip out that Claw and Fang or not. I definitely want to do this, right? Other option might be just to play the Scale Dance. Here's the good reason to do this. Oh, and it actually gets activated. Here's the reason is I want to Mana Surge Scale Dance. So we'll do this. Mana Surge Scale Dance. 4/6 Twin Strike, standing tall. I've gotten the board under control for now. My hand's on the small side, but it's got good cards in it. We should be able to answer pretty much anything with the Scale and the Claw. So I think this is a pretty good example. Just because they had a strong start doesn't mean that we're down and out. The best days of their match here, the best turns of the match might be behind them. Retaliation, that's fine. I don't even run Retaliation in my list. It is good removal. It's incredible and sealed. They bought the healer from the Sanctum. That's fine. At this point, I really just want to survive all the way to Alberax. That's pretty much where I'm at. Like, I'm going to pass it back. I don't really need to do much there. I'm really, at this point now, it's like, okay, we're probably going to go to 8 mana. We're probably going to use Alberax. We're going to get Breathe Fire. We're going to have 4 damage every turn with the GP. It's going to be insane. I think that's pretty much it. Alberax is an amazing finisher. Especially if you don't have Therial, you're going to really need it. If you do have Therial, then of course Therial is always somewhat of its own win condition, but you still want Alberax as a secondary. They have the Devouring Blades. They can blitz. They can kill a creature. My problem here is I actually can't do anything yet. Unless I want to Claw and Fang, or unless I want to Scale Dance. I don't really want to use either one of those. I could use Claw and Fang and just kill those 2 1/1s. Otherwise, they're getting a lot of favor, is my main concern. I don't really care about the 2 damage, but the favor is a bit of a problem. Granted, they also get in the way of Devouring Blade. I'm going to shut down this favor. Maybe, not 100% sure, but I think that's a reasonable decision. There's tons of turns where I don't know exactly what I want to do. I'm actually going to take a little tempo here, play this as well. There's plenty of turns in this game where I don't know exactly what to do. Definitely had to learn to just make the best decision I can. Don't be like, oh, I don't know. Ah, damn it, what do I do? Don't be like that. Just be like, all right, I'm not sure, but here's my best shot. Like, that's a skill I've developed at TCGs. You don't always know the perfect answer, but you try your best. And then you can always get feedback later, Ask someone else who's good. What should I do here? Take a screenshot. Just go, what should I do in this spot? You never know. Get some good advice. I feel pretty good about the position we're in. Maybe that's just my overconfidence speaking, though. They do have a ton of cards, and they're playing that combat medic right now. This is fine. Basically, when they play this, we're just needing to kill it the next turn. And here we can totally do that. I could just use Soul Survivor, save the pip for Alberax. I don't really need to pip out Hortuck. I could also just use Scale Dance and even save Soul Survivor. Soul Survivor is okay, though. It would give me some attack. I don't know which one of these I'd rather use. I feel like I want to save Scale Dance. Call me fucking crazy, but this is what I think is best. This is such useful removal, totally unconditional. Whereas, you know, Soul Survivor is a little more conditional. Plus, we get some extra damage right now. Start the slow process of taking them down to 0 health. Savage Strike, that's fine. I haven't looked up their deck, so I'm not sure what kind of whale stuff they may or may not be running. So far, they haven't played anything insane, so I don't know if I should expect them to have demos and Therial or Tuck. I'm not sure what to expect exactly. We'll find out as we go. Now I can play Hortuck with no pip needed, and we're getting closer and closer to Alberax. Only thing is, I don't have any other dragons in my hand yet. Gonna need one of them in order to activate the new GP to get that Breathe Fire, which we do need. We really need the Breathe Fire GP. Doing 4 damage every turn is pretty much our win condition at the end, along with possible Therial God Blitz and just getting big stuff on the board. But it's pretty impossible. It's very difficult to stop someone who has the Breathe Fire GP, the 4 damage GP. Once they have that, it's very hard to survive. You can't change their GP. You can't heal 4 every single turn. Most decks can't keep up with that. Maybe like the greediest nature decks can keep healing out of that, but most people, you're on a pretty strict clock at that point. It's like Slayer ×2, but it can also target creatures. It's insane. We really need that, which means we need to get a second dragon. Kind of at the mercy of my deck right now. 18 cards, like 4 or 5 of them are dragons. Just need one of them. Just need one of them. And here they are using Draka Scout and the Blade of Sticks, clearing out the board. But this is pure defense from them. This is not offense. They're not, like, threatening me. They're just cleaning up my threat and then ending the turn. So I'm definitely in the driver's seat. I went second, but now I'm the one who's the aggressor. I'm asking the questions. They're answering them. They've played both Draka Scouts. They've played both Scorch Blades. We only got 1 Scorch Blade and 1 Draka Scout so far, but we're still keeping up just fine. So feeling pretty good. Just need to draw a dragon in the next 2 turns. 2 turns, ideally, so I can play this on curve with my last pip. Otherwise, we start waiting around, just like, when is it gonna get here? Aiko is a good answer. Notice that demo is not a dragon. It kind of feels like it could be. Maybe that's just me being stupid. It actually doesn't look like a dragon at all. When I see this, I'm like, oh, is that a dragon? Obviously, it's not. And honestly, it doesn't even look like a dragon. I'm probably the only person who ever gets confused by that. It's just kind of silly. All right, I'm going to remove the weapon there. I could have played demo, but it's not like I need to. Let's not touch the Sanctum. I could play the Imp to clear one of these out. I just don't know if I even want to. I mean, keeping Aiko alive would be nice. I guess I'll use the Imp here. Can I please draw a dragon? Are any of these dragons? No. Those are dragons. I just need 1 more dragon right now. All right, they have End to War. So Aiko's dead. We're chilling, though. We're fine. I'm just getting antsy. I want that dragon. If I draw a dragon and play Alberax, I'm pretty confident. Alternately, if I drew Therial, that'd be fine for the winning. Not as cool for the video, though. I really want to show off Alberax. Come on, man. Come on, man. We're documenting Dragon War for all time. Let me draw a dragon so I can play it on curve. I've done so well setting this up. They can shard after shard after shard. I just need to draw 1 dragon. Give me 1. Give me 1. Otherwise, we'll play demo, and we will start gnawing at our teeth and gnashing our teeth. Is that what you say? Grinding our teeth. We'll be waiting, is the point. We'll be waiting and waiting and waiting. Yes! So I draw Glyn, an excellent dragon. Right on curve. I knew it would happen. I'm going to go ahead and kill the monster. I could do 4 damage to face. I guess I'll just reduce their optionality. The main thing is we got Breathe Fire, deal 4 damage, GP, And we're probably going to win from here unless they have their own Alberax. Even then, playing Alberax second wouldn't really work for them. I would just obliterate their Alberax, and I would hit him in the face for 12. And then 4 more, so 16. So they actually can't answer this with a second Alberax. I have Glyn to refill my hand. We'll get the other Draka Scout. This is looking like a big win. Looking like a big win. Yeah, they're using a shard. It might automatically... No, they haven't used 8 mana yet. It's not mana surged. I suppose mana surged shards could be helpful for them there if they found a front line. So they're going to discard their Alberax. Yep. They discarded theirs with Reckless Dive to kill mine. No, they discarded Laden. Ooh. So they delved Laden from the shard. They could still have their Alberax. Okay. I thought they discarded Alberax because that's also 12-12. Yeah, Laden is a 12-12. That's why Reckless Dive is so strong. You don't only have to discard stuff from your deck. You can delve the biggest thing possible, dive that, and there's even ways to resummon it, which makes it crazier. I could demo here. Kind of want to Glyn and get my hand going. And then just, I really want to hit him in the face every turn for 4. Although, I should probably play Draka Scout. I mean, I literally want to hit him in the face every turn. There's not even a 1-drop. If I had a 1-drop in the Sanctum, I'd probably use Breathe Fire, but... Okay, I'll play the Scout. We'll start stacking up shards. I really do want to be breathing fire every turn, though. There's 6 turns from death if I just keep clicking that button. I mean, maybe that turn I should have just clicked it. Like, I don't even know. Maybe Draka Scout's wrong there. Just need to keep on the pressure now. Like, that's it. I'm going to breathe fire every turn. Unless I really need to demo, maybe. I shouldn't even need to. Okay, I'm surprised they didn't empower this. It's buffed up. Did they use Out of Its Misery? Or I don't even know where that buff came from. I think they used Out of Its Misery. I don't know why they wouldn't empower it. And they got the Rotted one. That's fine. That's fine. We have End to War. We have 15 cards in here. Way more than 5 creatures, right? Yeah, way more. So we got the condition met for this to have both of its effects. Feels pretty decent. Gonna trade in the 1/1. Yeah, this is fine. So this is fine. I need to have 2 mana for Breathe Fire to hit face. End to War can clear this. I have 3 more mana left. Could also... I just need to hit them in the face, right? Do I just use Demogorgon here? This is so annoying. Alright, End to War. How do I do this the cleanest way? This is so annoying. I'm going to be 1 mana short of Breathing Fire again. Obliterate that. So annoying. All right, I'll kill their thing. I'm not hitting them in the face, but everything is ramping up towards my side. Like, the Breathe Fire advantage is going to keep building. I just want to hit them in the face, though. I'm not following my own orders. My own instructions is just to Breathe Fire on their face till they're dead. I'm not doing it, but I don't want to give them a chance to sneak the damage in on me, you know? I don't want to give them a chance to do that. So here we'll probably use Scale Dance or Gemfuse Strike. Gemfuse Strike is looking good. Yeah, so this is the thing, is once you get this far ahead, then the Mana Surge just kind of stacks on itself. You keep Mana Surging everything, and your value just goes, like, ridiculous. So I've now got all the spells out of my deck. Oh, that bugged. It's okay. I think I'm going to lose the rest of my turn. If I'm not mistaken, I'm losing the rest of my turn to this bug. I won't even try to buy anything from the Sanctum. I'm just going to end the turn because it's bugging. I can't even do that. All right. I have to let the turn end. This is a bug that's happened occasionally when you kill 2 things. It acts weird. It's going to... At the end of the turn, it's going to give me the spell that I should have delved. I'm unable to do anything. I'm going to stop clicking buttons because I don't want to bug out the match. That would be really annoying since I'm heading towards the win, and this has been an excellent demonstration of the Dragon War Mirror. Let's just let it run down. It's okay. It's okay. All right, it's been a long match. Why not make it a little bit longer? It's okay. And then it's going to add the spell to my hand, and yeah, it's just... For some reason, the game logic just kind of locks up, and then if you wait, it resolves. So it just, like, doesn't let you finish the gem-fused sequence. It looks like, yeah, I did not... Oh, I did get the 4 damage to their face, though, so it did do the GP, which is nice. After this is summoned from the void, attack each enemy creature. They're probably not running void shit, but I could use End to War just to be safe. Or I could save it in case they have something even bigger. I'll just use Scale Dance. It's fine. If they really resummon this, I'll be surprised. Usually Dragon War doesn't resummon stuff, but technically you could. There is the 1/2 mana dragon that has a 6 mana surge, lets you get something from the void. And now I am just, you know, doing all the damage I can. Is this mana surged? No, that one isn't. This one is. Okay, I thought it was mana surged. That's fine. Raka, Flame Belcher seems good. We'll play the wand. And I mean, it's only a matter of time now. This is Blitz, but it's not God Blitz. We can't attack face. Only a matter of time. They need to answer an increasingly ridiculous array of threats. They haven't gotten to change their GP. I don't know if they're running Alberax, but if they are, then they are unlucky. I had one game where Alberax was the second to the bottom, and it definitely is a vibe killer when you get ahead and you're waiting for Alberax and you don't get it, and then you kind of fall behind. Like, in the mirror match, whoever gets Alberax first is going to have an advantage if only one player draws it in the first 20 cards or whatever. They obliterated my 8-drop, my Flame Belcher. That's okay. They destroy my Relic. That's a little bit annoying, but still okay. I could demo here, but I'll probably save this for the very last minute. Just Void Drake instead. We have 9 mana now, so yeah, we're... Ferial, my hand is too full. I'll try not to use it because we don't need to. I'll try to win without Ferial here. We shouldn't have to even play it. Right now, I don't have room in my hand anyway. I have Ferial. I'm going to run it, but I would rather not just, like, do a Ferial God Blitz win if not necessary, because it's not, like, particularly unique to this deck. Let's try to finish it out using the Breathe Fire, using the new tools from the Tides of Fate expansion. This match is definitely showing you guys. It's got that combination of the classic war and the new war. My opponent gives up, and I think, understandably so, we are clearly going to win. And there you go. Dragon War is insanely strong. This is the whale version. I know there's some budget builds floating around. You just really need the Draka Scouts and the Scorch Blades. Those are the ones that give you the... They give you the shards, and you just need to get as many shards as you can at a minimum. 15, 14 MMR, above 1,500. Not bad. Deck doing good. Been floating around the top 20. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. See y'all in the next one. Lux signing out.